storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
What is up, guys? So welcome back to the channel. Today I have a lady by the name of
Oriana.
Okay. So we have Oriana here today who alleges that Alexis Skye, known from Love and Hip Hop, many other reality shows, she claims that Alexis Skye stole the child trafficking story that's put on the reality show. She actually got that from Oriana's life.
My situation, I left home at like 15, 16 years old. I was a runaway. I wasn't kidnapped, but I was held hostage. Sorry guys, I'm like super emotional when I'm talking about this, but when I got there, he took my phone, threw it in the water, and pretty much I had no way to contact my mom. You know, I was just sold to whoever, highest bidder. I was like a pawn, and I had to forcefully do it, or he would say he was gonna kill me, and I didn't want to die. Like, it was a real traumatic time in my life. I prayed. I said, God, please just let somebody find me. And this guy, he was like looking at me, and he seen like tears coming down my eyes, and he was basically like, what's wrong? He asked me how old I was, and I'm like 16, and then he was like, all right, say less. And he dropped me off at the bus station. And that was it. And he never told me his name.
Wow.
That was my only way out.
I've been knowing you for quite some time. Not in a million years would I have ever.
And so, Oriana, I'm gonna let you take it away. Just let us know a little bit about your background.
Well, I am from Atlanta. I have been writing my book for about 3 years, which depicts my life as a foster child and a child sex trafficking survivor. So I advocate within the community as well as social media as well. So basically last year in July, late July, I got evicted from my apartment. I was sleeping outside of a women and children shelter for the weekend until they opened that Monday, because that was the only option I had.
Okay.
Alexis, she pulled up. From what she told me, her intentions, she had good intention from what I believe, was her intentions were to help me get myself on my feet and to, you know, help me with my child. She made some promises that she was going to help me find an apartment, and she was going to help me find a certified nanny so that I could work. So she got the hotel for me for about 4 days, and I didn't hear from her at all. Then I heard on her page that she was advocating for sex trafficking. Now that's fine, that is awesome. We need more awareness spread. But I was kind of what's the word?
Taken aback.
Right. And I was like kind of like, hold on, like this seems a little bit too similar. And even if you were inspired by my story, you probably would have reached out to me and told me, hey, I'm inspired. Your story makes me want to share mine. So time went on. I still didn't hear anything from Alexis. And then I started hearing rumors from her friends saying that she basically was jealous of women that have used their platforms for like positive things. So that raised the eyebrow for me too. And then she went on to say, she went on to Love and Hip Hop, and I seen the previews for Love and Hip Hop about the sex trafficking. So that took me aback. But it wasn't until the episode aired and I actually got a chance to hear her entire story. Mm-hmm. And that's when like I knew for sure that it was my story.
Okay. And when you and Alexis met, what made her want to help you out? Like, what was the connection there?
I did not know Alexis personally. From what I saw, I was just sitting on the side of the road with my baby with the rest of the homeless people out there, you know, receiving donations from other people that were coming down the street. And she pulled up. And that's the first time I've ever seen Alexis face to face. Alexis just took a small excerpt from my book, which is volume 1. She took a small excerpt for my story, which is word for word, which I posted on my page as well. But I've been through other things, like at the age of 11 was actually my first time being introduced to that lifestyle. So, you know, this is at the age of 25, this is a passion for me because after all the trauma and everything that I've experienced, my story is helpful for me to heal and help for other people to heal. So for her to exploit it kind of like blew me.
Wow. Okay. So you said you were introduced to that lifestyle at the age of 11?
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened to you, was this like a boyfriend or a family member that got you into that lifestyle?
Actually, it was a girl who introduced me to it. And then it went on into, well, we have a pimp as well. And that's when I started getting into, excuse my language, the pimp and hoe lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, in your teenage years, did you have like parents around or grandparents or anybody to protect you?
Well, I was placed into foster care as an infant, as a baby, probably about 2 months old. So I really didn't have any parental guidance. I was, you know, the people that were around, I felt as if it was fake love, you know, just because they were getting a check. So I really didn't, you know, I never wanted to stay in one place. I just ran away a lot.
Okay. And when you ran away, it's how you got caught up with the people that did that type of stuff.
Right.
Okay. Now, so you started at 11. When did you finally leave that lifestyle?
I'm sorry?
When did you finally leave that lifestyle? You started at 11. When did you leave?
I started my healing journey when I was 19.
6 CBD is a Black female owned and operated company that puts your health and wellness first. Now, the doctor is used to writing out scripts for celebrities, but I'm personally going to write out a script for all of y'all to go and check out their website because this company utilizes the power of this God-given plant, yes, from the Lord, in order to help alleviate certain ailments such as inflammation, chronic pain, stress, anxiety, and more. So check out their website, www.66, yes, spell that shit out, CBD.com, and find them on IG as well under the same name. And guess what? I got all of their information in the description box below. All right.
And the excerpt that Alexis contracted from my book, that was a really important part of my story and my sex trafficking story as well, because I've seen a lot from those pimps that I was with. I've seen them sell girls. I've seen girls hide with their phones in the closet in their butt, trying to get away from them to contact somebody. Like I've heard conversations of how much they're going to pay for girls. Like this is an important part of my sex trafficking story for me.
Right. And let's say when something like that was going down, I know it's in the book, but just give us some kind of idea. If, let's say they have a 15-year-old girl, what would a 15-year-old girl go for?
I mean, a 15-year-old girl would, I'm sorry, but at that age, if you had a hotel room to put me in, a little money, you know what I'm saying? If I was good for the night, a little weed, a 15-year-old girl, it doesn't take much to entice.
And tell me, Oriana, what's the name of your book for the audience? I saw you post it, but what's the name of it?
It's Metamorphosis, The Life of a Butterfly, My Transformation Journey to Complete Healing, Volume 1.
What contact have you had with Alexis Skye since this stuff has aired?
Well, I've been trying to contact her since the late October, November to confront her about it. She blocked me after my second message to her. She blocked me. So I haven't been able to get in contact with her, but her best friend hopped in my messages and was cussing me out, and then I ended up having to block him.
Wow. Okay. So you have to block him. Do you have any do you fear for your life at all? Do you fear for your safety?
I'm so glad you asked me that, because I really think I should share this with the public. Yeah. After my son's picture went viral, and I had an inclination, because Alexis was still in my story. I just didn't tell the public that yet. But when I had that inclination and he went viral and I would go outside in Atlanta, people would stare at us. I would have to cover my baby up in the stroller. I would have to put his blanket over him. I had to actually call a domestic because his dad popped up back up. Now, remind you, I'm not involved with his dad because of domestic violence issues. Okay. I had to contact a domestic violence shelter and go 3-4 hours away from Atlanta to feel safe. This year, I just recently got back in Atlanta in fear for my life, not only just for the strangers on Instagram and social media, but because of Alexis. If she would go to that extent to try to come find me and extent to steal my story, I didn't know she was capable of. And because of her best friend sending me those messages, I have a son I have to protect.
She is very aggressive online, and she will make a threat. Like, we've seen that before, so.
Threatening to have people run up in my place, and I have a child to protect.
Are you tired of suffering from bloating, constipation, and other digestive issues? Are you ready to finally lose that food, but that just never seems to go away? Then consider using my colon cleaner. And yes, you heard me right, my colon cleaner. This colon cleaner is made of 100% organic psyllium fiber and has helped people reverse IBS, lose weight, and so much more. All of the information and contact info for the creator of my colon cleaner is in the description box below. Want to contact the Love and Hip Hop producers? Do you want to TV and tell your story?
I just want to tell my story. I want it to come from me. I don't want it to come from anybody else. This is why I've been building my brand for years, so that I can tell my story, not for anybody else to tell it or twist it and turn it. And I really feel bad for her, because to have that much money and to be in that place of influence and to be beautiful as she is, to be that ugly inside and to not be happy, I feel bad for her. I genuinely do. I just want to say, parents need to be parents, but also to talk to your children, because if you're not talking to them, I feel like I had no one to talk to open up to, so I found different outlets in the streets. And so I feel like parents need to build a comfortable relationship with their children so that they can feel comfortable talking to them about different things.
Get your opinion on this. I know you've seen the R. Kelly documentary and all that stuff that was going on with that, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would R. Kelly be considered a child trafficker?
Yep, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Anybody who knows a child is underage and you have sex with them and you have your friends or what, that is a child sex trafficker.
And some of those stories that we saw in the documentary about the blacked out windows, the urine, fecal matter, and all that, is that stuff that actually happens in that type of lifestyle?
Oh, these people nasty out here. This is real life. That's what's happening. Not me, but I've been around other girls who've been asking weird stuff.
Now, what's the youngest girl that you've seen in that lifestyle when you were living through that?
Well, at first I thought it was me till I turned 14 and I met another 10-year-old.
Wow, so 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the oldest guy you've seen pick up these young girls?
In his 80s.
We talking about this like it's nothing, but this is a lot to digest. Actually, it's a
very serious topic.
Yeah, because trafficking is $1 billion industry. Have you ever seen any women come and pick up kids?
I have. Oh, Jesus. I have.
Grown women, were they picking up girls for their husbands or for themselves?
For themselves and their husbands. They were thinking of any way to exploit them.
And now, in that lifestyle too, what would happen when the young girls got pregnant? What would happen if they caught STDs?
Unless you were smart enough to go see about yourself and your health, or your pimp that you was with made that an important factor in y'all relationship, that you had to get tested, or your health was a safety concern. Other than that, no. Now for my story, I'm 25. Mm-hmm. This is my 5th child, and I have never conceived a child from a John, but I have conceived a child from one of my pimps. Okay. So with my pimp, just that's a control mechanism for them. So having a child in that situation is like, hey, now I got a child over her head, now I can hold her forever.
How much of her money that she makes in a night would she be able to keep?
I'm sorry, I did not mean to laugh. But this is very serious. Nothing. I remember, my experience, and I think back on it, and I made some very dumb decisions, but I think about how I was brainwashed. There's no other explanation why I just literally gave it all my life. So I just literally believe I was looking for love, and I was that desperate for love that I was willing to pay for it and sacrifice myself for it.
And what kind of things would the pimp tell you to keep you around?
It was just a lot of people selling me a lot of dreams. Like, if we keep on doing this, if the money keep on doing good, we can do this, we can do that. We can live a good life. It was just always selling me a dream. Oh. And because I was underage, I didn't have a ID or identification or anything, so I couldn't really do anything for myself.
Right, and there lies the power that they held over you, because you literally couldn't. And when you guys would meet these men, would it be like in restaurants or airports, or where would you guys meet these men?
Well, it would be either on the track or the whole stroll, let's call it. Okay. Or it would be on a escort website, such as when Backpage Open or Craigslist.
And a lot of the girls that were being trafficked, did they also, like, once they got old enough, I guess, were they also in stripping and pornography as well?
Oh yes, I never went to the pornography route or the stripper route. Only because I think I was very self-conscious of my stretch marks. And the pornography route, I just was never comfortable being on camera and knowing forever someone will have access.
Okay, that makes sense. You try to protect your identity and your future. So tell us about how you finally got away from your pimp.
Well, in that particular incident in Chicago, he never knew I was underage. I lied about being the age I was. It wasn't until I got locked up under a fake ID and was released on a signature bond was when he found out my age. And when he found out my age, he dropped me off at the Greyhound station.
Are there any last words you have for Alexis or any young girl out there, anything in general?
Number one, for Alexis, I just want to tell her that I genuinely feel for her, and I really like she needs to pursue therapy and pursue her healing, because this is going to be a continuous cycle. You're going to be taking on people's identities, and you're never going to find out who you are truly. Don't feel bad about yourself. It's not your fault.
This video has been sponsored by Bella BT. Now, ladies, do you want to bring the spa home to you? Are you ready to rejuvenate that V all while using natural herbs? This V steam is taking over feminine care from sea to shining sea, helping women with fibroids, fertility issues, stress relief, and more. And we can even get them cycles back on track. Use Bella BT, that is owned by licensed esthetician Brittany McDonald. All of her contact information is in the description box below. Hair her up now and use that Bella BT so you don't be walking around with the spoil rotten cookie. Escucha a Natreon Music on YouTube para la música latina con salsa, merengue, dopis, bachata y más. La música es para las personas hablar inglés y español. Now, to listen to Natreon's music, check out the link to his YouTube channel and the link to his IG page. It is all in the description box below. Are you struggling with hair growth issues? Are you ready to finally be able to actually put your hair in a real ponytail and not that little knob? Have you found that beauty supply products leave your hair dry, flat, useless, and dull? And are you ready for a change? And if you are, you need to try some MOOMOO grease. This product was created for us, and nothing will change about your hair if you don't change your regimen. This product can be used in old people, young people, it doesn't matter. The products are 100% vegan, and all of the information for MOOMOO grease is down in the description box below. This product here keeps my skin smooth, smelling good, and of course it is made with all natural ingredients, so I don't have to worry about breaking out and my eczema acting up. What I'd like to do is to give me a dollop of this, rub it in the desired areas that you want to smell good. It is not cute to be ashy. Get you some Lotus Radiant.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.